actually. And the first is a very special one for Myrtle Spiegler Gerberding Day proclamation in honor of her 100th birthday. So, and I know Mrs. Gerberding was not able to be here, but there are several representatives from the family as well as a variety of friends and others that are interested, and there are more than one proclamation to read. So if the members of the Gerberding family or others from here for that purpose would like to join me at the podium, I'll step right down. Duly honored, Mrs. Gerberding. All of you people are going to miss a very long time. Yes. Well, as we all know, the longevity is greatly affected by genetics, so these folks will be having family photos for several decades to come. It's a fun and a great honor to read the following proclamation. Whereas on November 28, 1909, Myrtle Spiegler Gerberding was born in Elgin, Illinois. And whereas Myrtle was valedictorian of the graduating class of 1927 at Elgin High School. And whereas Myrtle resided in Elgin with her late husband, Carl E. Gerberding, whom she married in 1976, and two stepchildren, Lois Bendick of Elgin and Bob Gerberding of Carroll Stream. Her children gave her 8 grandchildren, 16 great-grandchildren, and 11 great-great-grandchildren, with one on the way. All affectionately know her as Grandma. And whereas Myrtle served the city of Elgin for 34 years, serving as city clerk from 1955 to 1967. She designed the current city of Elgin flag and wrote and illustrated publications on municipal services for the city. She was an officer of the Illinois Society of Municipal Clerks. And whereas Myrtle served on a statewide, I feel uncomfortable calling someone 100 years old Myrtle. I say Mrs. Gerberding. Whereas Myrtle served on a statewide committee in the creation of the Illinois Municipal Retirement Fund, and was a local representative of the fund. And she was also a cooperative observer for the National Weather Service for 10 years. And whereas Myrtle has been a member of United Methodist Women, Church Women United, the White Collar Girls, Altruza, the Elgin Historical Society, and the YWCA, serving on the YWCA Board of Directors, the YWCA Advisory Board, and the YWCA Advisory Board of the Endowment Fund. And whereas Myrtle was named the 1969 Woman of the Year by Altruza, and was awarded the YWCA Life Achievement Award in 1993, after which Elgin YWCA created the annual Myrtle Spiegler Gerberding Award for Public Service. And whereas on November 28, 2009, Myrtle Spiegler Gerberding will celebrate her 100th birthday. Now therefore, I, Ed Shockmere, in the city of Elgin, Illinois, hereby honor and proclaim November 28, 2009 as Myrtle Spiegler Gerberding Day in Elgin, Illinois, and wish her a very happy 100th birthday. Lois Bendick is standing here to my left, and she has some things that she would like to read and say.
Just to share, Myrtle's influence on our family has been monumental, as shown by those that are here, and also families scattered from coast to coast. But her influence on our city may have been even greater. I have 3 short Myrtle musings related to our city hall and council that I would like to share. These were written about 10 years ago in a couple of letters. I remember so well the day I moved to the city clerk's office, took off my coat, sat down at the desk, and wondered, what am I supposed to do now? I knew the interim city manager had no idea what I was supposed to do. I got out the state statutes and proceeded from there. Thanksgiving Eve used to be the big day at City Hall for celebrating. The offices closed at 3 p.m. and we had hot eggnog plus treats that people brought in. The firemen in the station next to the City Hall baked apple and mince pies and brought them over by way of the fire escape that crossed to the City Hall to a window in the ladies' restroom. But as she says, all that camaraderie and fun is long gone now, including the buildings. I remember the year Mr. Brunton was hired. Most of the council never saw most of the applications that came in. They told me the qualifications they wanted, and I reviewed the applications and ruled out everyone who lacked an MA and etc. They reviewed the rest and invited 3 men to come to Elgin for interviews. When they met the plane for the first applicant, he was very drunk, and they put him on the next plane back home. For Myrtle Spiegler Gerberding, we, her family, thank you for this proclamation.
We have some other individual proclamations to read. Christine Castro from the King County Board is here. Don't go. We got more.
Just wanted to add to the city's proclamation. There is a proclamation from the Illinois State Senate, signed by Michael Nolan, our state senator for the 22nd district, which is where Myrtle lives. Also have a photo from Congressman Foster with birthday greetings and a card. And I wanted to read the card because it's short, first of all, and in his handwriting. Myrtle Spiegler Gerberding, I want to join your family and friends in wishing you a great 100th birthday. Your dedication to your community of Elgin is to be applauded. Enjoy the day, Will Foster. I'd also like to introduce Keith Barnum, our state representative for the 43rd district, and as a proclamation from the House.
Thank you. Well, it's my honor to be here tonight. I was interested to find out that you live, many of you, up on the Lovell Street area, and my wife grew up on Congdon and Augusta, so, you know, I'm always amazed at how intertwined we all are in our history. That's why we all love history in this town, because we're all related in some way by our history of being here. You know, you meet somebody here in Elgin as a guy, 34 years later, you find yourself still here because you met one of these wonderful Elgin women and you got married. And I am so happy to be here. You know, I've seen so many of you in walking around town and being here in town. I recognize many faces, and yet you don't know the story behind the faces always. So it's a pleasure to be here tonight. And I have this certificate of recognition from the House of Representatives. It's House Resolution 0747, and I'm not going to read the whole proclamation because much of what Ed read is in this, but I also have a certificate signed by Speaker Michael Madigan of the House and Mark Mahoney. Myrtle Spiegler Gerberding, your 100th birthday, and extends its warmest regards for a happy and healthy birthday, and further expresses its best wishes for many happy birthdays in the future, offered by Representative Keith Barnum, 96th General Assembly, House of Representatives.
Yeah.